Good morning, everyone, again on another day. My fellow Americans, Gene Daddy here, and today I want to talk about um, something that the boss did. I believe it was on Thursday, and he gave a shout out to essentially the lifeblood of the nation that we have taken for granted. Throughout this corona pandemic episode, emergency, exceptional situation, there has been a group of people who have almost like a parallel universe while we have all been stopped. It's kind of like when you look at your body. You see your body, you see your outside, you see your skin, but you don't see the veins and the arteries functioning beneath your skin. What am I talking about? Thank you for asking. I'm talking about the truckers. On Thursday, the president / the boss honored, gave thanks and kudos and attaboys to the truckers of the nation. While people are at home and not able to get out, many people are ordering whatever it is that they need, be it food, maybe even toilet paper, maybe laundry detergent, whatever the case may be. But and hand sanitizer, because a lot of the drivers that he called up and gave the attaboys to, and I think he gave them a key to something, either the key to the White House or something, a symbolic key. He gave that to them. And I think that is extremely important, what this president has done in terms of giving credit and accolades where it is due. Now, let me tell you something. The title in here is a shout out to the Midnite Angels. What are you talking about, Midnite Angels? Well, let me explain something to you. Some of you may know, for quite a few years, I was a touring musician. I've toured across the country, the contiguous United States, many times. In fact, I have been to every state in the Union except for 4. And that would be North Dakota, South Dakota, Alaska, and Hawaii. But other than that, I've been to every state otherwise at least once, as well as Canada, Tijuana, and Puerto Rico about 3 times. So I came up with the name of these guys as being the Midnite Angels because when you're on the road, you're traveling long hours, going from place to place, because when you get off the East Coast, for those of you who don't live on the East Coast, when you get off the East Coast is very congested, right? When you're heading west, you may pass through Pennsylvania, through 78. It's a long drive going all the way across Harrisburg to Pittsburgh and then getting through Ohio. Once you start getting into Ohio and Indiana, then you really start to see the trucking culture come out, because there's a lot of trucks after that point. Once you get through Pennsylvania, you see a lot of trucks heading west. And one of the things that you see after a certain time of day, particularly as you get closer to nightfall and dark, after everyone else has gone home and you're the only ones on the road, the only ones you see out there are these large beings, these large looming vehicles out there, either in front of you or on the other side of the road, and they have their lights on. And many of them have their lights adorned like all the way down the sides of the trucks, along their bumpers, and they're beautiful. So at night, many times it's just you and them. So when I would see them, out on the road, either you're in your tour bus or you're in a van, and it's just you and it's the truckers. And particularly when you get out into Missouri and Kansas, those big flat open areas, and you see these double trailers and triple trailers, and they're all lit up in the night. And I got the image that they were the Midnite Angels because of that fact that they're glowing in the night, like giant fireflies coming down the road. So I say that to say that while we sleep, they're still out there working. They're still out there, traveling 600, 500 miles, however many miles that they're traveling, to bring you, me, us, whatever it is, items that we may take for granted on a daily basis. And, I thought that was great. I thought that was great that the president gave a shout out to the truckers, who, people were waiting at home. Those of you who are ordering online, you're waiting at home. When is my package going to get here? But don't take for granted those that are out there, perhaps risking their own lives, risking their health to get you something that you need while you're hunkered down. So that's just a quick message that I wanted to send out. If you see a trucker on the road, give them a salute, give them a wave, acknowledge them. If you're able, thank them for their service, in this time of crisis. So hopefully there shouldn't be any fighting, on this issue down in the comment section mosh pit. Who knows? Maybe somebody has a negative thing with a trucker. I couldn't imagine what. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. Like and subscribe. And I'm Gene Daddy, and I am out.